Now today, I'm just going to show you how to make some containers so you can store your rollers overnight, or even up to a week, or maybe even up to a month. Now you can use plastic, but plastic can get a little bit messy, whereas these are quite easy to use. Now, especially on a job like I'm doing at the moment, I'm only doing small sections at a time because I'm working with scaffolding. So instead of washing the roller out every day, I'll put it into a storage container, or the old way of doing it obviously would be to wrap it with plastic. But what I find with the containers, they're a lot cleaner to use, just a lot less mess. So what I'll do now is I'll show you how to make one. Now you've got a couple of options. You can either use 70mm or 90mm piping. You could even use 100mm if you wanted to. What I find is most roller sleeves will fit into the 90. Just the average sleeve will go in there, no worries. That there is actually a extra long nap, and that will still just get in there as well. If you don't use the bigger rollers and you tend to use smaller rollers, then you find the 70 would be plenty. So what I'll do for now is I'll just go through and make up the 90. Now when we're making these, what you'll need is obviously a end cap to put on the end, and also you'll need a screw-on cap so you can obviously seal it every night. So the first thing you want to do is to slip this on. Because there's a recess there, you want to put that on first just to make sure you get your length correct. So I'll be making these up for my 14-inch rollers. It's the most common roller I use. I do use the 11s, but these are the most common. So I'll make it up for the 14-inch roller, and also obviously the 11-inch ones can go in there also. So I'll allow a little bit of room at the top, and then what I'll do, I haven't got a pencil handy, so I'll just use a bit of masking tape and just tape where I want to cut it. So when you're making these, you don't want to make them too long. You want to have the least amount of air in there as possible, because that's what's going to help to keep your roller wet for longer. So what I'll do now is I'll go cut this. You have a few options. You can either use a hacksaw, or in this case I've got a little drop saw, so I'm just going to cut my piping now. Now that I've cut the pipe, I'll just double check just to make sure I did cut it okay, and that looks fine. I've got plenty of room there. So what we need to do now is glue it together. I've got some PVC glue here. And if you're a little bit messy with it, it's not going to matter too much. So I put some on the inside, and then some on the outside of the pipe. And try to be a bit quicker than I have been. And slip it on. And hopefully that'll be a nice airtight seal on the bottom. Then we'll do the same on the top. Trying to put plenty on. And we'll slip that on. Looks like there's plenty there. and hopefully that'll be airtight. Now we'll let this dry. Once it's dry, what you can do to make sure it's airtight is to fill it up with water and make sure it doesn't leak anywhere. If it does, just use a little bit of silicone and seal it off. The secret to these is being airtight, because once your roller sleeve's in there, you don't want it going hard, so you don't want air getting to it. Now I have used these in the past and had rollers up to a month sitting in one of these, and I've been fine. They are very handy to use when you need to use the same colour multiple times on a job, spread over say 2 or 3 weeks. You can store it in one of these. You don't have to wash the roller out all the time, and it does save a lot of time at the end of the job. So hopefully that's been helpful for your roller storage situation, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe.